Hey turtle nerds, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I have some really good news and then some maybe not so great news. This all started about a week ago when I noticed my concentric northern diamondback terrapin Bean. I raised her since she was the size of my thumb. I bought her as a hatchling about 2.5 years ago. She started acting funny. She sort of stopped eating as much. She was staying away from the other terrapins, hiding under this tree branch like a lot, and generally just not acting right. Now I was worried that she may have a respiratory infection passed from Urkel to her, and so I was very nervous. But then after about 3 days, I noticed her doing some weird stuff with her back legs. Now in general, weird stuff with the back legs. Bean's 2.5 years old. She's at just about the right age to begin her first clutch of eggs. What was happening was the 3 terrapins, there's Flipper and Urkel there, and Pancake right there, they were all over here begging for food while Bean was hiding all the way over there, not coming close. When turtles lay their first clutches of eggs, they don't have to be fertilized for a female to lay eggs. This is why it's very important that if you have a female turtle, you provide her with a spot to lay the eggs or she'll lay them in the water. Luckily, I have a pond, so there's plenty of areas for her to go and put those eggs. I built this nice beach area specifically for the terrapins to lay their eggs. So I thought it is entirely possible that she has eggs and Pancake is 2.5 years old. His tail has dropped, which means that he's starting to be sexually mature. So with that, I assume, because Pancake is sort of Bean's boyfriend, he's been like on top of her ever since I put them out there in the pond. The seed was planted in my brain that Bean could have eggs, and I waited. After about 3 more days, I noticed May 23rd, World Turtle Day, she was climbing out of the pond. Now the issue was that I had the net over it and she was starting to get tangled up in it, so I had to run out and let her go. This deterred her from laying her eggs. It stressed her out. She went back in the water, and I checked my footage because I have a security camera, and for the rest of the day, she did not come out of the water. At this point, after she tried to climb out of the pond, right over there is where she climbed out of, I was convinced she did in fact have a clutch of eggs to lay. Her first clutch of eggs. So I added those 2 bricks right there to make it easier for her to climb up and out. Terrapins will naturally go to the highest point in the enclosure in order to ensure that their eggs don't get flooded after it rains and they're in a nice and high spot. Hi, Pancake. The next day, I come on out here and Bean is acting totally normal. She's with all the other terrapins. She's doing what she's doing right now. She's begging for food. She's eating more, and I knew she laid the eggs. I checked all the footage from 6 a.m. when the sun rose to about 11 till the time that it was. She never came out of the water. And then I forgot. Sometimes terrapins lay at night. So I checked the camera footage and I swiped through, and I'm spending hours and hours looking at all this footage. Sure enough, 1:47 a.m. Take a look. So my 2.5-year-old diamondback terrapin laid eggs, but I have no idea where. Wind, stop! Your boy became a detective. I started finding clips of the footage, slowing it down, enhancing it, blowing it up, putting it in Photoshop, doing all sorts of stuff to find and pinpoint and triangulate with GPS coordinates where those precious little nuggets are at. So I dug, and I dug, and I dug, and I dug all day. The camera would have captured if she laid within any of these spots. She went behind here though. She went back here. So I dug this entire area all the way down, all the way in here, all the way in here. You can see that the dirt is still soft because I dug all over here, down this way, and all the way back here until I hit this fabric. So I hit this fabric and I know that she couldn't have laid within this space all the way up to here. I dug, you can see, all the way in there, and I couldn't find a single lead. Now unfortunately, most turtles, when they lay their first clutch of eggs, they are infertile, coupled with the fact that Pancake's only 2.5. It didn't give too much hope that Bean would have fertile eggs, but I still wanted to find them. So I searched, and I'm still checking the footage, and I'm searching everywhere, and there is no happy ending. She either laid them up on the land and I can't find them, or like most first-time egg-laying turtles do, she dropped them in the water. Regardless, this is good news for me because it means that Bean is now fully sexually mature, 100%. It means that if I have a mature male with her, which I have 2 of, hopefully, I can get some viable and fertile eggs, and this means eventually I can get some hatchlings. Pancake, what are you doing? So while I will not be having any eggs right now from Miss Bean, eventually she could double clutch and lay a second clutch of eggs, and maybe now my camera will capture exactly where she deposited them. Flipper is the one who I got 2 years ago as an adult. She's the one who should be giving me eggs for multiple seasons now, and she has not at all. Flipper, I have nothing to give you except positive motivation to please begin producing little babies for me. Oh, hi. Oh, hello. Regardless of that fact, I'm just happy that Bean is acting better. She's all healthy and happy now, and that she did release the eggs. Sometimes turtles will retain the eggs, and it leads to all sorts of complications and eventually death. So despite the beautiful beach area that I made for my turtles to nest, Bean didn't use it, went off on her own, laid eggs somewhere. They're probably not fertile, but I still want to find them. So in conclusion, in 2 months, I might be very happily surprised. All in all, I'm just happy that she's healthy now, she's acting better, she's eating, and that definitely at the minimum next year, she will give me good viable eggs, most likely. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell thingy so you get notified when I make a new video. Shout out to all my lovely, lovely patrons who are supporting me and can help me afford an incubator for when I do find the eggs. Thank you guys again so much for watching. The next video will be more in detail about the pond, and I will see you all in the next one.